is Derek Bernard. I was born in Brooklyn, now I live in Jersey. I'm a God-fearing man. I'm a husband. I'm a father. And I'm the founder of the Fatherhood blog, avillageoffathers.com. That's avillageoffathers.com. And today is Thursday, December 20th, 2018. This call was created to celebrate the fatherhood and the cultivation of men. Father to Father conference call. Thank you for calling in. So this call was created to celebrate fatherhood. And introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Monica.
Father to Father conference call.
Thank you for allowing a mother to come on.
When I tell women about it, women get more excited than men, and I find that kind of odd. Women are more interested in what I'm doing than men. So for me to get men involved is like pulling teeth. And on this call, we will be discussing topics that affect everyone from fathers, men, and family. I would like to go over a few father impact facts. So 23% of children live in a father-absent home in America. There are 2.5 million single-father households versus 11 million single-mother households. Individuals from father-absent homes are 275% more likely to carry guns and deal drugs than pairs living with their fathers, which actually means is a father is just as equally important as the mother.
Right.
And kids need both parents. This call is made to encourage fathers who may not know and go about being a father.
Right.
So y'all both can answer this question. What was your father like, Monica?
I don't really know.
Oh, so your father wasn't around? Okay.
I mean, I know stories from my mother, but, that's her point of view.
Okay, cool. So, Scott, what was your father like?
Is he there?
That was what my father was like.
Who's on the call? Who's on the call? Introduce yourself.
This is Keith.
Oh, what's good, my brother Keith? Thanks for tuning in to the AVOF Father to Father chat. So,
no problem, man. I'm here to listen, brother.
Okay, so Keith, questions. So I asked my other two guests that's on, what was your father like?
My dad was he was a good guy, man. He liked to laugh a lot.
Okay.
He was a good, humble dude, loving heart, charming guy. Yeah, that's what he was. That's good. Real quick answer.
Did you live with him, or you lived in a different home?
Most of my life I lived with him. Like the last maybe year or two of his life, I didn't live with him. But
okay.
Yeah, most of my life for sure.
Oh, okay. Because the reason why that I asked that question is because your father actually kind of give you like a blueprint of what you think parenthood really is. Mm-hmm. So like if a parent wasn't there, you're going to grow up. When you become a parent, you're going to be like, you know what, I'm going to make sure, I'm going to spend more time with my child. Or let's say if a pop struggles financially, a person may grow up and say, you know what, let me say, when I have kids, I'm going to buy my kids everything because my father couldn't buy me nothing or didn't buy me anything. And these are stuff that we do unconsciously when we become parents because we try to right the wrongs of our fathers, so I'm going to do that. I'm not saying this is 100% guarantee and proof, but it's kind of like what most people do because most people are like, my childhood, I didn't get Jordans, so I'm going to buy my kids off of Jordans. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, that makes sense.
That's the reason why I asked, like, what was your father like? Because what was your father like could help tune how you view life. And, like, as far as Monica, who's a female on the line, her father not being there, that could have shaped how she viewed men. And, she could grow with trust issues. I don't trust no man. Like a whole lot of stuff that a man that's absent have effect on his kids, whether it's a boy or girl. And that's the reason why I asked that question. So one of the topics we discussed.
What was your name?
It's Derek Bernard.
So, Derek, did you have your father?
Okay, so my father No. So my father been in jail my whole life. And he's been in and jail my whole life. I'm 35. He's probably been in jail maybe, I'll say, 30 years of that time. And he's currently back in jail. He's into credit card fraud and pickpocketing and all that stuff. So
I have another question, because that's the situation with my kids. He's a career felon. Did your mother allow your father to contact you as he was in prison all those years?
Let me give you a little backdrop of my story so I can further enlighten you on my story. So, do you know who Bonnie and Clyde is?
Yeah, but they were just like
characters, right?
I didn't really, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so my mother and my father was career criminals, both of them, where I was born. When my mother was pregnant with me, she was on Rikers Island in prison. My father was in another prison while my mother was pregnant with me. So when she gave birth, they moved her to a hospital in Queens, and that's where I was born. And my grandparents on my father's side, they came and got me from the hospital and raised me. So growing up, I didn't have my mother nor my father growing up. Memories of my mother was visiting her in a jail. And I didn't know it was a jail until later on, because I remember going to this place and being inside this room. It was like a big playpen. Like, it was like toys everywhere. And that's why I was seeing my mother. And growing up, I had no relationship with my mother, really. I seen her like one Christmas, and I spent one summer with her. But me and her never had no real relationship. So I lived with my grandparents my whole life. Backdrop of my story.
So even with that, I have more questions, because you are my kid's father now at this point.
Yes.
Because his father just wasn't present, and his mother passed when he was 9, but she wasn't around prior to that because she was crackhead.
Okay.
So being raised by your grandparents, did you ever grow up with abandonment issues?
Actually, no, because like my grandparents, they treated me more like their child than their grandchild.
Okay.
So I might want to change my life for anything. I wouldn't change anything. So, and I'm kind of happy that I didn't grow up feeling about my pops or in some way about my mom. Like, I don't feel no way about them. So how I deal with it is they got caught up in the street life. And they got caught up and they couldn't raise me. Like, that's how I look at it. Everybody's different, but that's how I approach my mother and my father. Like they got caught up in the street, and I was, raised by my grandparents, which most of my friends, we was raised by our grandparents because our parents was either in jail or on drugs.
Right.
So that's kind of like the normal thing. So it would have been different if I was raised by my grandparents and everybody had their parents. Then I'd be like, damn, I kind of feel some way. But it wasn't that. Like, I was just like everybody else. Like to me, it was no big deal.
But at what point did you tell yourself, oh, it's cool they got caught up in the street? At what point did you say that to yourself? Was that always the feeling that you had? Actually, like very, very young, because where I grew up, I'm from Brooklyn. I don't know where you live at, but I'm from Brooklyn. I don't know. Okay, you from Brooklyn. I was born and raised in Brownsville. Mm-hmm. I lived there for my first 18 years. And all of my uncles and my father, they ran the streets. I actually have 2 uncles that was killed in the same projects I lived in, 3-4 years apart. And I had another uncle die from AIDS, and my other uncles in and out of jail, my cousins in and out of jail. So it was kind of like I kind of seen all of this early on, not even just my pop. I seen it from all my uncles and my cousins that I kind of knew that, they got caught up in the streets, because growing up, I seen all that firsthand. My grandmother always telling me, I don't want you to go that route. I don't want you to be like your uncles. I don't want you to be like your pops. I don't want you to be like your cousins. So I kind of seen what the actual street life affected people. So I kind of understood it. Like, okay, growing up, if I go down that way, it can lead to this. So that's the reason why my pop, I wasn't mad at him, because growing up, that's all he knew was the streets. but I'm pulling back from like the actual title because I was going to write a book about my story. Because when most people meet me, they believe that you know I was raised in a different place. I was raised by 2-parent homes and third because how I carry myself. And I was going to write a book called Raised by the Huxtables, but Bill Cosby messed that up because he went and because I was going to use that title to show people that people think is how I act and behave and how I carry myself, that I was raised in a different place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But to actually show people I was raised in this gutterous place, but I still came out with a different mindset. And that's going to be my whole point of my book. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to change the title because of Bill Cosby messed it up. I learned pretty early that because he was never there. He'll be home for a year or two and back in jail. So after a while, it became normal. So I'll say about like 8th grade, I'm like, okay, this is normal. Like, you know, this guy in and out of jail. My mom, same thing, in and out of jail. So it was normal to me at that point. So
that's it.
Somebody chimed in on a call. Who was that? I want you to state your name and tell me where you're from. Oh, okay. So I guess the person not there. Anybody else feel to speak?
I mean, we could go on and on. I'm intrigued with you right now.
Doing this call and me creating the blog and me doing this is help get in touch with other fathers who are active fathers and get their insight on fatherhood, and then also talk to the fathers who may not have been active and get their insight and to see where their mindset was and to see where they went wrong and to see how, you know, we can get all this information from all types of fathers to help fathers coming up, because don't offer nothing. Men that see another man that became a father and just say congratulations.
I do.
Don't offer no insight, right? But one guy did for me. One guy, right? It was my cousin, one of his friends that he used to work with. We used to play basketball every Sunday, right? Play basketball. So, like, my cousin said, hey, yo, like, my cousin D, she had a baby, right? So I said, I said, yo, D, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what happened to me, and I don't want it to happen to you. He said, listen, he used to come home from work, tired, wash up and go to sleep, right? His wife used to be with the kids from sun to sundown, never get a break, right? One day she went and got his gun and put the gun on him and woke him up and said, this man will come take the baby. She's going to hurt somebody. When he came home from work, he took the baby from his wife and he let her get rest. He said, D, when you come home, take the baby from the mother and let her get rest, because if not, she will stress out and you don't want her going through postpartum, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And that's right there. It's such vital information, because the guys don't know that. Like, guys don't know that the mother could actually stress out from being with the kid all day. But if guys would, I'm saying, but most guys go into fatherhood blind. They don't know these small things. So, like, if a guy know that, a guy gonna be like, okay, you know, like you saying, you know, this my first kid. When I come home, hold on for a second. May I ask who's on the call?
Hi, I'm Jacqueline.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for calling in. And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Brooklyn.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you so much. If men give other men some more tips on fatherhood, it will help a long way. And that one small tip will help out the household, because female and the mother is stressed out, the household is under fire. That's just a fact.
Can I ease you for a little bit with that? I think that's a unit problem, not just a man problem, because, like, I was saying to Scott, a lot of men don't even understand women, so that's a generational problem. So if you have mad fathers that don't understand the women from 10 years ago, 30 years ago, it's going to be a continuous thing. So that's when the boy's mother supposed to step in, like, okay, son, when she come home, take the baby, or you have to understand this is both of y'all job, or whatever the case may be. Like, when the other women supposed to step in, because a lot of men don't know this. Just because he was a father before still don't mean he understand that.
No.
Because, you know what I'm saying?
The thing is you are right. I think that, like, my cousin friend told me that helped it out so much, because when I came home, I said, okay, I'll take the baby, I'll give her rest, and I'll take the baby to let her to go hang out. I'll stay home with the baby, because I knew that, like, the better that she was, it would be better for the household now. Now, like, that's the reason why, like, these little small tips and like tips and advice will help. Will help a man know going into fatherhood what to expect, what to do, and how to carry himself. Because most people go into parenthood not knowing what to do at all. But women are more likely to get advice on motherhood than a father will get advice on parenthood. I'm not saying it's 100% fact, but that's just how it is.
I mean, I think what it is too. I don't think that's necessarily a gender problem. I think it's a support system problem. Everybody don't have support systems. So, because every woman don't even know what postpartum is until she go through it, and she still don't know what it is to tell you about it. And she's not going to go to a doctor because she don't want to be like she's crazy, and which is why men don't understand what it is, because she don't understand what it is, so she can't tell him what it is. So it's about the people's support system. Like, if you don't have good people around you, period, you're going to mess up. So it's not just on men when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why, like, me as myself, I'm stepping in to hope that by me doing stuff like this, that, I can help a young father. I can I can help them along the way, stuff like that. Like you said, it may not be like life changing, but it'll be something that'll help them in parenthood, or like you said, help them being as a father. Because like you said, we need more fathers in a kid's life because it seems like fathers come and go as they want. Who's there through thick and thin? You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we need more fathers, and that's my whole goal, to build the fathers, help fathers, to build the whole network of fathers, to make it father accountability, to make this a whole group of fathers, me doing this, and where I want to take it. But
I have a question.
Let me ask. Yes, go ahead.
At what point, when you're told that you're having a child, do you connect yourself with the child?
Right away.
Right away. I went to right away too.
I would like to take it to the next topic, which I'll discuss is build the foundation and investing in your children's future. Now, when we have kids, everybody likes buying their kids everything, the Jordans, all the outfits, this, and the third. I think that building a foundation, investing in your kids, one of the first things you should be thinking about is life insurance. Let me get that. The younger that you get life insurance for your kids, the cheaper it is. It's going to be for you long term. The longer you wait, the more it's going to be down the road.
I agree with that. I'm new in the conversation. I'm sorry. My name's Sharice. I'm a friend of Scott and Monica. Actually, I signed up for life insurance for both of my sons while I was pregnant.
That's good.
Because you never know during childbirth if they're even going to make it. So I wanted that policy to be in standing as soon as they were born, they were covered. So I was paying life insurance while I was pregnant with them.
That's good. Smart. So let me tell you, so that's one thing you could do is life insurance. Like if you plan for your child to go to college, you should not wait until the kid get in 9th grade to think about college. You should think about college from birth, because when you start early on building money for the college, by the time they get to high school, you already got money set aside. You already got a college plan. You already got something in motion that when they do go to college, it shouldn't be much of a burden to you by the time you get there. Because most people don't think about college until 12th grade, and that's messed up. So you can save, or you can do something like Gerber, or you could do the 529 on college plan. You could do either one of those three if you actually plan for your kid to go to college. But you should also make a bank account for your kid and to save little by little until they get older. Save $10 a month, put in a bank account, $10, 20, 50, whatever. Tax time come, put 100 for something. So when they do get 15, 20, and they do finish high school, maybe that you got $20,000 for them saved up, or $10,000 or $5,000 for them saved up, or whatever. And you can be like, hey, child, this is saving money. You can go put that money in the house. You can buy a car if you want. You can start a business. You can do something to give you a start in life. And that's the whole thing in building a foundation in your child when it comes to financially, that we must start early in the game to get things started on a financial end. Now,
yeah, I want to add to that and say that you can also open an LLC underneath your child's name and pay them within the LLC, and that way they have business equity.
Yep. See? Smart woman. I like you. Like, I'm not the start of AVOF, you know what I'm saying? A village of mothers. I want to tip my hat off to the mothers, too, because without y'all, who knows what a lot of people would be. So, as a father, I want to thank all the real mothers out there. You're doing with your kids. So, don't think that nobody appreciates you. You know what I'm saying? It may not be your kid's father, maybe somebody else's kid's father, but you know what I'm saying? We appreciate you, you know? Next thing I want to get into, you know what I'm saying, before I, you know what I'm saying, wrap up this call, is time versus money. And when it comes to kids and time, we got to think about, we all struggle with the time that we spend on our kids versus the money. Okay, we need to take care of them. And I want to know that feedback on time versus money. So a person may want to do more financially for the kid, you know, but it's going to take away from the time they spend with their kid. If a person want to spend more time with the kid, they may make less money. What do y'all think about that?
It's funny. Me and Scott was just talking about this earlier because he was going to work on Christmas. And I asked him, I said to him, well, I said, you can't work the night, you know, have the day with your son? And he said that's his job doesn't consist of it. So I said to him, for me, that's a sacrifice I will never make. Like, I would rather go without for a day or two to spend the time, because for me, my measure of success is to be able to take my kids to school, pick them up from school, spend time with them. And a job is not going to stop me from doing it. I mean, everybody can't do that because everybody can't make a way to pay their bills the way I can. So I'm not saying I don't understand other people, but for me, I'm comfortable with me being able to pick up my kids, take my kids, and then be able to spend time with them and not be at a job.
Oh, okay. And hold on for 1 second. Any fathers on the line, I want your perspective on time versus money. Scott?
Yeah, I hear you.
So, what's your thoughts on time versus money?
On this situation, like she said, we was talking about this earlier about me working on Christmas. But, like, again, it's just a holiday. Like, I could spend time with him after I get off 3:30. That's not bad. If I, you know, compared to me working nights, I have to go to work at, like, 1 o'clock and get off and then get home, like, 4 or 5 o'clock. But it's all good. Like, I'd rather put in the time over money. But, you know, being that I do have to work and I do have to still pay bills, you know, I have to spend time with him on my days off or when I get off, you know. The time is always going to be there. I put in time, effort in other places. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I respect it. I don't want nobody to ever think that I don't respect it.
Yeah, and Scott, yes, and Scott, thank you. And the reason why that I asked that question, because that question right there creates dialogue. It creates conversation. It gets an understanding of where you coming from and where she coming from, and that helps both of y'all meet in the middle somewhere, you know. And
that's what I was gonna say. I have a perspective on both aspects. I was raised by a single father. He works for New York City Transit, so you know, with Transit, they 24. When they gotta go, they gotta go. So there were holidays. If it didn't fall on his off day, I didn't see my father for some Christmases or for some birthdays, but he did, like Scott said, was able to make up for it. I mean, I understood that he had to take care of me. So I don't think that is going to traumatize his son to not have him there, because especially Reese is at an age where he can understand, look, he knows his father loves him, but he also understands his dad has to work. So I don't think that, I know, me speaking personally, it didn't affect me in a negative way, because I had an understanding that, you know, I knew the type of job my father had. He didn't have control over that, and I wasn't going to hold that against him.
Right.
Now, as far as me with my children, I really can't give a perspective. I've always been blessed to have financial support from my family. So I never really had to work. I did have jobs, and when I did have jobs, it's not like my mom, she doesn't work. She's disabled. So I always had a babysitter there. He was always with my mom if I had to work. But for majority of the holidays, I didn't. If I decided to quit, I had the financial backing from my family. They were well off enough where they could help me. So I can't really speak on it from my own perspective as a parent. I could just speak on it from the perspective of my father raising me as a single father and him missing holidays with me. But I've never had that issue. I've always been blessed and been able to spend all the holidays with my children. So,
is there any other fathers on the line currently at this time? No, I guess not. So what I would like to do is get feedback on like the topics we discussed, and like what topics you feel that we can discuss in the future.
Me, I'm such a womanist. I call it a fake feminist. So most of my stuff be towards women. Which is why I was intrigued on this father conversation.
Yes,
I would like to hear conversations of more from fathers and men of more of an understanding for women.
I didn't discuss yet because I want to get video footage of it, because I'm going to tell you about my blog. I'm going to tell you where you can reach us on I'm going to tell you our website and all of our social media. So, like the website is www.avillageoffathers.com. That's a fathers with an S.com. That's our website. Yes, stuff out there. We are on Instagram. And I'm going to tell you our Instagram name is a.village.of.fathers. That's our Instagram. Our YouTube channel and our Facebook channel is, you can search it up, A Village of Fathers. And our email address is avofnation@gmail.com. So that's our website and our social media stuff where you can reach us. And I'm going to be posting so much stuff and so much different things. And the reason why that AVOF was created was to solutions to all these problems and to bring conversation to like a lot of stuff that people want to talk about, but they scared to talk about it. So right now we got the blog. I just gave you the website. I gave you all of the social media stuff. Sooner or later down the line, hopefully in 2019, we'll have a once-a-month support group for fathers and meetups. We're going to have events and workshops for fathers where we're going to discuss financial stuff, topics. We're going to have conference calls. I'm going to do on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, and I'm going to bring on different fathers. And from time to time, I'll bring on a mother or mothers to get everybody's viewpoint on parenthood and fatherhood and motherhood. But it's particularly on fathers, because I want to build the fathers to help mothers. Because mothers need help too and fathers need help too, but most of the time men don't know where to start. So hopefully that this is the start and the building block to help men become better fathers and better men, because most guys out here follow rappers and they follow that's the model. So with me, like you said, I want to start showing people that there are real fathers out there, and to show you this is how real fathers are. And become fathers, and they come across, us, we can give them information that can help them be better fathers. That's the reason why AVOF was started. And this is our first call. I want to thank you, everybody, for tuning in, all the mothers, all the fathers. We're going to do this every Thursday at 9 p.m. I may change it to 8 p.m. to make it earlier for next week. Thank you for calling in. I want to thank all the fathers, and let me shout out a few businesses that are owned by fathers. Your Health is Wealth Juice Bar, which is located in Brooklyn on 221 Ralph Avenue. That's on Ralph and Bainbridge. If you are in the area, go support them. They got juice and salads. Also, BornandAssociates.com. That's a consulting firm. They do a whole bunch of stuff with media and entertainment and business and everything. And Kasim Hala Chef, located in Brooklyn. You can contact him at 347-837-2910. He cater events. He cater baby showers, weddings. He do food prep. He do orders. He do everything. So those are people I want to shout out for this call. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and I hope everybody have a good night, and may God bless you and keep the positive energy, and God bless.